And then I saw it's not just California. What was that? South Carolina this last week or two that I saw out there that there were some wildfires getting close to Myrtle Beach. That's crazy in my book.
Yeah, it really does underscore the fact that people should be really paying attention. There really aren't very many places in the United States that aren't subject to all kinds of natural hazards and severe weather. Gosh, up there in the Pacific Northwest, you guys had a atmospheric river that was driving hurricane force winds and torrential downpours a couple weeks ago too. Yeah, we try to put a lot of our research to work in something like our Thunderstorm Ready Guide, which deals with severe weather. And one of the components of planning for that thunderstorm season is having a plan, knowing where you're going to go, and how to stay informed so that if you have the opportunity, you can get to a safer surroundings.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's dial it back here. I want to talk a little bit about, because we're nationwide. I wanted to really talk about what's been going on with hurricane safety, creeping now into summertime, which means we're going to be getting into that hurricane season again.
Sure.
And really, I think it's one of those things that we need to think about, because so many places in the country go, oh, that's just a South kind of thing. That's just a Gulf States, East Coast, Southern East Coast. But really, those same weather conditions that we see there can show up in just about any state in the country.
So in the Fortified program, we start with the roof. Every one of the 70,000 plus homes that live under fortified roofs in the United States starts with the roof. And there are essentially four basic phases that you got to pay attention to. It's, how's the roof deck attached? Do you have a system that seals the roof deck in case the primary cover comes off? So it's a belts and suspenders approach. How do we make sure that we're protected at the edges? Because when the wind moves around the roof, it exerts the highest pressures and really initiates damage frequently at the edges. So that's at the eave, up near the ridge, at the top of the peak of the roof, or along the rakes if you have a gable roof, which is like that triangular shape. And then finally, we look at the roof cover itself. So like you said, unfortunately, a lot of that insured damage that we see year in and year out is when the roof cover fails. And we haven't seen that many design level events in the United States. So all that damage is happening before the wind speeds get to the design level of the material. So it's really about reinforcing the system. And that's what we do in Fortified. So it's all about really limiting damage, not necessarily making something disaster proof.
Yeah, disaster proof's a pretty hard thing, especially when your neighbor's trampoline and the wind event comes and bounces off your house. But it's one of those things that you're just dealing with whatever gets thrown at